Good morning, day 153, cooking down the freezer, pantry, and refrigerator food, and the bean burger is gone, yay! So today I have to find something else. I had a great time at my daughter's yesterday for my grandson's 15th birthday, and for all you prayer warriors out there, could you say a little prayer for our friend Kathy, whose granddaughter ran away, and I'm sure she's sick with worry. So may God bring Kathy's granddaughter home safe and give Kathy some peace. And so if you could all just say a little prayer, that would be awesome. Well, when things like that happen, it's very disturbing and very, very sad. But these things can turn out okay. So let's just keep a positive note and send positive vibes Kathy's way, and her granddaughter as well. So today it's raining and it's chillier, so that's good because I planted my vegetable starts yesterday, and I don't think they were quite ready to go out into the world because they were still pretty small, but with the rain and everything and the sun not beating down on them, maybe they'll do okay. So I probably won't garden today because it's way chillier than it's been. I'm sure it'll warm up a little later, but the whole week is going to be in the 60s. But I'm sure after the rain, things will be pretty muddy out there, so it's not a good day for gardening. And my oil spill, oh, what a mess that was. That was just really awful. It was all over the place. And I still have a sink full of oily things, but I did get the floor cleaned up, and I had to be extra careful because it was an oil slick and it was very, very slippery. So anyway, I don't know what happened there. That shelf has been hanging there for 19 years. So now I have a good excuse that I have to put up new shelving because I have no place to put the stuff that fell off. So anyway, yep, if we don't have busy things to do, busy things find us. All right, well, I'll be back in a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm going to eat breakfast here or if Tom and I will go out for breakfast. He was here yesterday trying to get the dish and the DirecTV poles out of my front yard. I think they look bad to begin with, but since I don't have those anymore and I have no intention of reinstalling those, I don't need those as yard ornaments. But he was having a terrible time because they put those things in the ground so deep, and they won't come and pick them up. You know, it's your problem once they disconnect. They want their equipment back, but they don't care about the dish. And I asked them, well, if I ever reconnect, will you use that again? And they said no. So anyway, I won't be using either one of those services again. Not that they were bad, but just too expensive. So okay, I'll be back in a little bit, and we'll see what's going on for breakfast. So let me show you what happened with my shelf. So these are all the things that fell off the shelf. This is the shelf, and this sink is full. Some of these things broke. There's some spices, everything in there. Oh, it's a mess. So I have all that to clean up today. And then here's some more spices. And the bottom of one of these, the whole bottom broke off, so there's salt. And I just scooped it into the garbage. So, but this is where the shelf was. Ah, boy. All right. I still look at my little plants, how well they're growing. This is kale, chard, and arugula. So I'm going to start eating this guy. And these, well, this was kind of an experiment. I wanted to see how, how I could grow them indoors for the winter. And then my ginger is sprouting. I have to do a little more research with what to do with that now. But this is what was all covered with oil. All this area was just loaded with oil. All right, well, I've got my work cut out for me again today, as usual. So I'll be back in a little bit. Haha, I forgot to put cream in my coffee. That won't do. All right, I'm looking forward to this coffee. All right, cream in the coffee. I'm good to go. I hope you guys are going to have a great day. Here are some of the things that I got done yesterday. I planted all this pak choi, and that should be enough to fill up this box. I still have to plant my potatoes over there. But let's see what else is going on here in the garden. So I'm trying not only to make this a nice container garden, I'm trying to make it beautiful. So I'll be putting up a new fence along here. I have grapevines growing here and over there. They're on the outside of the fence. So I want to put the new fence on the other side so the grapevines will be in between. So, and here I still have volunteer carrots from last year, and it looks like, can't tell, either beets or radishes coming up there. And then in this one I planted two. This is a very big pot. And I think I got these at Aldi's a few years back. They're just the big totes. So I planted a little cabbage and two black cherry tomatoes in here. And then they can grow along the fence when they get bigger. Here I planted another cabbage and a super sweet, and then I got a mystery tomato from Mark's. The lady gave it to me because it didn't have a tag, so I have no idea what that is, but it doesn't matter. And then I planted Roma over there and a couple other different kinds and some rosemary. Now over there there's a little tiny kale volunteer from last year. I planted seeds in there and that was the only one that survived. So that'll be good. And then I'm going to do more companion planting with these. In these I have broccoli, little starts, and I'll plant something else with them. I have to investigate a little further. And then two little cabbages. But they're so tiny, I really hope they survive. We'll see. And then over here I planted peppers. This is a blackberry that did come back from last year. I have a second one that did not come back. And then I have various different peppers here. And as they get tall, I'll put them along this fence to hold them up. I haven't planted anything in here yet. I may plant bush beans in here, and I haven't planted anything in here or in these pots. I think I have other kale I'll plant in here too. And then this is the other raspberry that didn't make it, so I'll plant something else in there. So anyway, that is my vegetable garden so far. It doesn't look like much, but as it fills out, it'll look nice. And then I have more of these boxes that I need to move over here, and I'll be putting them on these little table stools, and that will really help with my back and fibro issues so that I can continue to garden. So let me take you out. Hi, yeah, you guys can't come in here because you eat all my veggies. Yep, they would love to come in here, but they're not going to. All right, now over here I planted flowers, and this year I only planted begonias and impatiens back here because it does get pretty shady, and those do well, so I planted those there. This is a volunteer Rose of Sharon, and it has real pretty purple double flowers. So I left it. But what are you doing, Chloe? You can't go in there. She likes to get up there and do a lookout. So, and then I just have more impatiens that I planted here and here. And you've seen this part over here where I planted begonias and impatiens. I still have these to plant in. I still have some mints I need to plant. So all these still need some stuff in them. But this is limited. I could probably do lettuces and some greens here because, as you can see, this is pretty shady. Does get a little sun in the afternoon, but not that much. My cannas are starting to come up, but it'll take a while before they bloom. And then you've all seen over there I planted more impatiens and begonias. So far that's my garden. It's looking better, but it still has a lot of improvement. I need to set up this area, and it's a process. So I'm hoping to get everything set up so that next year all I have to do is put a little fresh dirt and plants in, and I can enjoy my garden. This year will be a lot of work. All right, and see, this is what happens and why I cannot have edible stuff here. I put lemon balm comes back in these, and they eat that, and that's fine. And they can't reach my blueberries, but I do have a lot of chipmunks. So this is a blueberry bush that's come back for 3 years. And that's it. And these are my garden companions. The little ones somewhere else. All right, I'll be back. So Tom and I went out for breakfast this morning, and he took those ugly dish things out of my front yard. The reason they were there in the first place is because when we first moved here, we weren't allowed to put anything on the roof. So, but that's changed now. So they had to stick them in the front yard, which wasn't the best looking place, but they're gone, so yay. And then my sippy cup, I updated it to look a little more adult. And I'm really liking this thing. I mean, it holds 8 ounces of water, and I'm trying to increase my water intake because I'm not a big fan of water. So, and then I've had this insulating thing for years, and it just happens to fit in there. So now it doesn't look like a sippy cup, although it is. And then, of course, I have the little strappy thing. So I think this is going to work just great. I can take this out in the garden with me. I can take it on walks. And if I want the beverage cold, I just put a little ice in there. And this actually keeps it cold for quite a while. So there is my updated sippy cup. I know. When I worked in nursing, I worked in long-term care. And a lot of the older people, of course, couldn't hold cups and things like that anymore. So we used to give them sippy cups. But they were the kind, usually with the 2 handles, and they had a different top. But yeah, so, you know, reinvent things. Think about what you want, and then look at things that are similar to the idea that you have in your head. And I wanted something small. I wanted something not heavy, because a lot of the insulated containers are kind of heavy by the time you fill them up. So this is what I came up with. Anyway, I'm going to get busy and clean up my big old mess back there, and see what else the day brings. All right, I'll be back later for dinner. Day 153. Let's see what's in the freezer today. I'm not cooking anything elaborate, so I think I'm going to have some of these chicken type nuggets. These are from Walmart. So I'm going to have some of those, maybe with a little ranch dressing or something along those lines. I don't have any French fries, and I don't feel like cutting up a potato. I'm kind of on the lazy side today. So let's see what's in the fridge. Okay, same old fridge. I don't feel like a salad or anything like that. So I think I'm going to have one of these rolls. I'll warm that up in the toaster oven. And I think I'll have, no, that's a big apple. I think I'll have an apple. So I'm going to have kind of a mishmash of stuff today. Not a real meal that I'm going to cook, but a little of this and a little of that. And then over here, I had a slice of cheese left in there, and I'm going to have 4 crackers, the apple. I had a little bit of this ice stuff left. I mixed it half and half with water. And then if I'm still hungry, I have this little peach pie, and I still have some whipped cream. So that should fill me up. All right, I will meet you at the stove. Well, here's what I'm having for dinner today. Very simple dinner. Cheese and crackers. I have this roll and these chicken nuggets and an apple. And I made extra nuggets because I still have some lettuce, and maybe tomorrow I'll have a chicken salad. Chicken, cut up on salad. But today I'm going to have, I have 5 nuggets here. And I have some garlic aioli. So I'm going to have some of that. I like garlic aioli. It's very tasty. Of course, I'm talking, so they need to talk too. But anyway, the garlic aioli, I'm going to put that on this roll that I bought at Walmart on discount. And I could put the cheese on here instead of on crackers, but I kind of have a taste for cheese and crackers. Every once in a while, I get a taste for that. So, but what I am going to do, I'm going to put a couple of chicken nuggets on each roll. And then I have one left over that I'm just going to eat plain. All right. Messy. So these are great value, Walmart's brand. There's 15 of them in. I have no idea what I paid for them, but I'm sure they're way more now. So, because these have been in my freezer. And they have 200 calories for 4, and they have 11 grams of protein. So that's pretty good. All right, let me taste one. And I'll just taste it plain. They're good. I like them. All right, so here it is. Better eat this one too. Dinner, day 153. And I'll be back. Today I did not do any gardening. It's the end of the day. I did go to Mark's and I bought 2 other flower hanging baskets. They were 11 something a piece. Really pretty. The flowers are different. So they're just for the deck, and that's it for the buying of flowers this year. I could have bought another flat and made a basket, but then I would have had to get more dirt, and this was just easier. So, and to me, buying flowers every year is worth it because I spend a lot of time at my home and they give me a lot of pleasure. So I'm still cooking down the food. I have hardly bought anything in the way of groceries lately, and I'm so glad that I have what I have. I did walk around the store just to see what they had. I wasn't looking for anything in particular. And I was looking at some of the prices, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Gasoline is now $4.50. Let's see, I was looking in the bread aisle, just curious, and a thing of English muffins was $4 and something. I mean, I just have to shake my head. I did want to buy a couple of avocados, so I looked at those. $2 a piece. And I said no way. So I didn't get those either. These are all things I can live without if I have to. I can bake my own bread. I don't need to buy store-bought bread. I mean, Walmart still has the dollar loaf, which I did buy the other day. But if that goes up to $2, I'm going to have to think about if I'm going to buy that or not. So you tend to wonder where this is, what's going to be the cap, or are they just going to use one crisis after another to further the agenda? So yes, I said it, the agenda. So even if you don't agree with me, that's okay, no problem. We can all believe what we want to believe because that's the way so far that it's been happening in this country. And hopefully it will continue that way. So, and we can have a discussion about our opinions without beating each other up or being disrespectful or any of those things. I mean, that's the way it's supposed to be. It doesn't have to be disrespectful. I can listen to your opinion and you can listen to my opinion, and then you can choose. I agree, I don't agree. You might learn something new that you didn't learn before, and it may change your perspective. Or maybe not. So anyway, but these prices are just outrageous anymore for simple things. Almost everything you want to buy is starting to be close to $5. So anyway, that was my adventure in the store today, and yes, I did buy the flowers because that's what I went there for, and I knew how much they were, and those will give me pleasure all summer and most of the fall. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.